What in specific, though?
Well, I mean, as far as how intricate is our economic future tied in with the plans of New World Order, you think? I mean, what they have, are they planning deliberately taking us down to our knees as a world to control us financially?
Yes, and that's what the business going on in Greece is about. They're going to set up a number of major nations within 2 years to be on the edge of bankruptcy. And once they get what they want in place with these sovereign debtors, then they're going to have a big meeting like they've had before with the Smithsonian meetings in the 70s and the Plaza Accord in 85, the Louvre Accord in 87. And they're going to revalue and devalue all the currencies against one another. There'll be a debt settlement among nations, and many nations, including the United States, will revalue their currencies officially domestically. And so there's big things coming, and that's really what Greece is all about. Listen, everybody in the world that I'm in knows that Greece and Italy falsified their records with the help of Goldman Sachs in order to get into the Eurozone in the first place.
Wow. Timetable on that, you think, Bob, what would that be? Timetable before all this comes about, roughly?
It'll take at least a year, and it should happen during 2011.
Okay. Ted, any comments on that?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you see the IMF selling 191.3 tons of gold in the marketplace, you know, that's the work of the Illuminati. That's exactly what you're referring to.
Right.
So, I mean, when will it happen? I can tell you it's happening right now. It has been happening. I mean, GATA, if you go to gata.org, you can read all about the lawsuits that the GATA has had against the banking system and Agnico Eagle, American Barrick. You know, these companies that have been manipulating gold all throughout the 1980s, trying to keep it below $400 an ounce, and now it appears that they're trying to keep it below $1,200 an ounce.
Wow.
I mean, it's a rigged game, like Bob said. Although I must say, it looks like they're losing control over it because the value of the currencies are going down as we exploit the system by printing money and solving our problems through through fiat printing.
Well, you're right. And Barrick has been the leader. In fact, Barrick is no more, no less, an appendage of the U.S. government at the behest of the Illuminati and the black nobility of Europe. Agnico Eagle never was involved in that. They never sold gold forward. And so they are not part of that group, and they're good people. I know them very well.
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize. I shouldn't be spreading rumors like that.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines. Dan and PA, come on in, sir.
Good evening, Pastor Butch.
Good evening.
Sounds to me like maybe one of the precious metals to be invested in would be lead.
Well, yeah, I keep saying that. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going up all the time, too, by the way.
Oh, it's a metal. I mean, we're investing in things. I'm just saying, making a point. I mean,
sure.
I understand. I'm certainly not prejudiced. I think lead's a good buy as well.
Well, one thing our state did this year with the legislature, they're getting ready to pass a bill that one day in November every year, all the guns and ammo you buy will be tax-free.
Is that right?
Yeah. How about that? But anyway, go ahead, comment, Dan. Gotta hurry.
Okay. Well, Bob, I question for you. I have some bank stock, and I talked to you over a year ago as a neophyte, and it's over OTC trading. And I said, well, how can I get rid of this? And you said, you might have to take a loss. Well, it's already taken a loss. It's an in-house trading stock. They want me to go to a broker, and they'll put it on the market. And I'm asking you a question. What would a broker charge for a fee or commission? Relatively.
It all depends on the size of the order. And it also depends on where it trades and what kind of volume it trades in. If they buy it from you and it's a very liquid market, you'll get a good deal and it'll be a low commission. If it's an illiquid market where it's very hard to sell it, they'll give you less because they may lose money on it.
Okay. Dan, I hate to rush through. We're running out of time. The phone calls are backing up here. Good call, good question, Dan. Get rid of it quickly, please. Dave in Texas, we got about 30 seconds per caller here. Come on in.
Evening, gentlemen. It's good to talk to all of you again.
Thank you.
I was going to point out something on this stimulus package. It's the first anniversary of it. I call it a cumulus package, not a stimulus package, because it's cumulative of the debt, but not cumulative of the economy.
Absolutely.
The thing I was going to say, Obama claims that he saved or created about 3.5 million jobs with this program and saved us from a depression, supposedly. I fear we're probably already in or at risk of falling into a depression regardless. But interestingly, I'm not sure he can save or create his own next job. Unless he goes back to community agitating in Chicago.
Well, I wish we were going long before then, but that's a good point. Good comment, Dave. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Good comment. Do you want me, Bob and Ted, any quick comments on that before we go to the next caller?
Why don't you go on that one, Bob?
Okay. Eddie in Alabama, come on in.
Yes, Bob. I'd like to get your opinion on a company called Genesis Exploration up in the Yukon. Are they exploring for gold up there, or do you know?
I don't know. I don't know that company.
Well, I got a report. You may have heard of this guy, Colin McCabe, out of someplace up there. So there's a big gold find up there in the Yukon over into Alaska. It's called some kind of a gold belt through there. I don't know whether you know anything about it or not.
No, I don't know that specific one.
For one other question, close by here in a town east of here, there's a Sony plant. They announced today they were going to close the plant and lay off about 900 people. They're supposed to be laid off by September. Doesn't Sony Electronics Corporation do a lot of work on those Toyota cars?
Good question. I don't know that. How about you, Bob or Ted?
No.
I wouldn't know, but I certainly know. I used to sell mining stocks. And there are some real rich reserves up in Alaska, so it wouldn't surprise me.
It's called the Tatina, Tintina Gold Belt is what it's called. It goes through Yukon up through Alaska.
You should be able to check that out on the internet somewhere. Good call. Appreciate it, Eddie. But I got to break, folks. Final phone calls, final comments, 800-259-5791. Don't go away. Folks, we got to jump back in real quick here. We have a couple more phone calls in. I want to give Bob and Ted a chance to wrap this up tonight. Malcolm in Texas, come and join us, sir. What's on your mind tonight?
Hi, I have a question for Bob Chapman. Last year they had people demanding gold for delivery at the New York Mercantile Exchange, even though they were offering huge amounts of money in exchange for it. Is there a possibility that the New York Mercantile Exchange is going to get closed down because of the people asking for gold on delivery instead of cash? And also, is this going to produce a run on coin shops for gold? I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you for the call. So very quickly, can you answer that, Bob?
Well, I think that's a possibility. They also are paying people in SDRs, which are the GLD, which is the exchange traded fund, which is on the New York Stock Exchange. And I don't know how they get away with that, but evidently they changed the rules so they could do it. And they're trying to force people not to take physical delivery by paying them that way or paying them premiums. And sooner or later it's going to blow up.
Well, that's dangerous.
People continue to ask for delivery.
That'd be dangerous. Jim, what's your come on in? Got about 30 seconds, sir.
30 seconds. Story from Anchorage, Alaska Daily News. Miners removed more gold from Alaska last year than any year back to 1916, and they can't keep up with the demand. Kudos, and thank you all.
All right. Comments very quickly, either one of you? Ted or Bob, or both of you?
You're talking about a shortage in the marketplace just a little earlier with the caller, and that's already happened to me here at Midas more than once. And I know that other companies have had trouble, too, like Kitco, for example, put a big posting right on their website because they couldn't get enough gold. I think you're going to find that there's going to be shortages just due to the fact that I'm sure that we're going to have, volatility in the marketplace that makes people consider gold as an alternative to their other investments. So.
Well, how about the one that Jim just called and said they got more gold out of Alaska this past year than they have since 1916?
Doesn't surprise me a bit because production's going up just about everywhere.
Okay. One last call. Let's go to David in Arkansas. David, you got about 30 seconds. Come on in, sir.
Hey, I just tuned in about 20 minutes ago. Did you see the latest from South Carolina?
Which one's that?
Representative Mike Pitts would let South Carolina reject paper money.
Really?
That's on I saw it on the Fox ticker on the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
But it's WLTX.com. You know, you can go on the internet and do a search.
I'll check that out. That's a good comment. Okay. I like that, man. He like back to constitutional money, I reckon, then. How about that? Well, thanks for the call and heads up on it. Thank you, David. Comments, Ted, in closing tonight? You got about 30 seconds for you, too, I reckon.
I'll just give you real quick. Take advantage of that offer for the Frank at $249.61, 1-800-686-2237. Let us buy that year subscription for you for the International Forecaster. It's well worth it, and it gets you into gold at about $480 an ounce, when gold is currently right now almost $1,200 an ounce. I don't think you can beat that deal.
No, you can't. 800-686-2237. Bob Chapman, final comments for you.